In the farthest reaches of China's western frontier, where the Tarim Basin opens into an endless expanse of ochre sands, there is a place the locals once called the Sea of Death. Today we call it Lop Nur. At first glance it feels lifeless. The salt crust glitters under the sun, the wind howls across flat nothingness, and no rivers dare cross this ground. Yet beneath this forbidding exterior lies one of the richest, most haunting human stories on Earth. Thousands of years ago, this was not a desert at all. In the late Pleistocene, long before written history, Lop Nur was a living lake, a shimmering jewel fed by glacier melt and ancient rivers. Imagine the scene. Herds of gazelle drinking from its shores, reeds swaying in the breeze, and in the distance, a group of early humans kneeling over a grinding stone, working roots and seeds into a coarse meal. That single grinding stone, discovered buried deep in lake sediments and dated to about 13,000 years ago, tells us something profound. Humans were here, experimenting with food long before farming took hold elsewhere. They weren't just surviving. They were thinking ahead, preparing, adapting. Fast forward to the Holocene when the world warmed and the rains began to falter. The lake shrank. The rivers twisted like snakes across the basin before disappearing into the sand. And yet people didn't abandon Lop Nur. They built around it. They thrived. The city of Loulan rose from the desert floor, an oasis of trade and culture along the Silk Road. Imagine the merchants who came here, Persians, Chinese, Central Asians, carrying silk, spices, and ideas. Not far away, the people of Xiaohe buried their dead in boat-shaped coffins, as if sending them on a final journey across a vanished sea. Then there are the mummies, astonishingly preserved by the desert's dry embrace. The beauty of Loulan, with her delicate features and long reddish hair, and the princess of Xiaohe, wrapped in finely woven wool and resting in her carved wooden vessel. They do not look like relics. They look like people who could wake at any moment. But Lop Nur is as cruel as it is generous. The same shifting climate that once sustained life turned against it. Wet centuries gave way to relentless drought. By the 7th century, Loulan was abandoned. Its walls crumbled, its streets swallowed by sand. The lake itself dried, leaving behind only a skeletal salt pan where once there had been water. In the 20th century, Lop Nur's story took a darker turn. The Chinese government chose this isolated place for nuclear testing, a different kind of human footprint etched into the land. Today, much of it remains off-limits, guarded and silent, the secrets of its past lying just beyond our reach. Yet scientists persist. They take sediment cores, analyze DNA, and use satellites to piece together its story. What they find is a striking pattern. When Lop Nur's rivers flowed, civilizations blossomed. When they failed, those same cultures withered. It is a harsh but timeless lesson. Our survival has always been tied to the rhythms of the earth. And so, Lop Nur stands as more than just a dried-up lake or a testing ground. It is a living archive. Every grain of sand holds a whisper of the people who walked here, the foragers who learned to tame wild plants, the Silk Road traders who braved its shifting paths, the Xiaohe mourners who laid their loved ones to rest beneath its sky. In this desolate place, time does not erase, it preserves. Lop Nur remembers. And if we listen closely, so can we.